Welcome to this How Do I video about an exciting new feature in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016, which will allow you to modify, assign and process email forward forms.
We will get there by going through the following steps. In step 1, we will select our Word form customer statement as the report to use as a default. Then in step 2, we are going to set up our document-specific settings by customer and by document. And in the final step, we are going to generate the statements via email and also via printing. As you will notice, and that the settings will be taken into account.
So let's get started with the first step. Here I'm going to select the Word form customer statement as the report to use and default a customized form for the company.
So here in the application, I'm going to set up my customer statement Word forms. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the report layout selection. So you can just type in report layout selection, and then you can actually go to the screen. In this screen, what you will notice is a lot of reports are being loaded, and each of them have a selected layout. I'm going to select my report 1316, which is actually our customer statement. As you can see, there is a custom layout, and blue actually is the one which has been selected. But as a user, we can also go in here and create multiple custom layouts. A new window opens, and for this mini statement in the application, I can create multiple layouts. I have a blue one, I have a green one. What we can do is we can click on the new button, a new line arrives, and then we can edit the layout. We can also edit the layout for an existing report. You will notice it opens in Word. And then I can change some colors and I can change the complete layout of the report. The data is coming from the RDLC, but I'm able to modify it in Word and then use this Word layout. And I'm also able to create multiple layouts. So I have defined two layouts actually for the statements, and we can see them here in the fact box on the right side. Then I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to look for another window, which is the report selection for sales. So here we can define, as you will know, which reports should be used by default in the application. I'm going to look here for my customer statement in the usage field, because this is the one I'm going to set up. And here I'm going to link it to report 1316, for which I've just also defined some new Word layouts, the blue one and the other one. So this concludes my first step.
In this second step, we will set up document-specific information by customer and document. To do this, I'm going to select a custom report layout and then enter an email address to send the report to.
So I am back in the application, and I'm going to set up customer-specific settings. To be able to do that, I'm going to go to my customers, and you can type in customers here in the search box, or you can look for it in the ribbon on the left side or on the top. Here in the customer list, I'm going to start with customer 10,000, and I'm going to open the customer cards. Once the card has been opened, you will notice that if you go here to the Navigate tab, and that there is a new button here called Document Layouts. So I'm going to select this button, which will allow me to manage different document layouts specific to this customer. So what we can do in here is we can, for example, create a new line. You can select the usage, which is available in here. Then depending on the usage, you can assign a specific report. Now, depending on the report that you are using, for example, here customer statement, you can also select one of the custom layouts. As you can see, for this customer at 10,000, I have selected my my blue layout. So I'm going to click on the OK button to close the window. I'm going to close the customer card, and I'm going to repeat the same steps for customer 20,000. So we go to Navigate. I'm going to click on Document Layouts. And here for the customer statement, I'm going to select the blue layout. I'm also going to type in an email address. So if a statement is going to be generated, it will be sent to this address. So as you can see, customer, by making use here of the Document Layouts button, then you can set up specific settings, which documents need to be printed for which customer.
In step 3, I will demonstrate how we can generate the customer statements, including email and print statements. And Dynamics NAV will manage everything based on the customer-specific settings.
In order to generate our customer statements, I'm going to look for a customer statement in the search bar. Customer statements. I'm going to select it, and as you will notice, it's a report. The request page opens, and in here I can select some options. I'm going to define the start date and an end date. I'm going to include all of the customers with a balance, and then if we go to the output options, you will notice there is a new option, available email. So I'm going to select the email option. We also have the option to print the remaining statements, which I'm not going to select right now. And then in the customer tab, I'm going to filter it on all of the customers where the number is between this start and ending value. And I'm going to click now on the OK button, and the application is going to generate all of these customer statements, and it's going to send it via email, or it's going to print them depending on the specific settings by customer. Now behind the scenes, he's sending these emails via SMTP, as we can also define an SMTP setup in the application. Now if we wait a few seconds, and we'll open my Outlook application, and we're going to notice our new emails arriving. As we can see, the new email has arrived from the Canon group. The customer statement is available in here, and if I'm going to preview or open the PDF file and scroll down a little bit, you can see this is the blue layout for the Canon group. I'm going to open the other email, which is the Selangorian customer, and there I'm going to have a look at the statements, and here we're going to notice it's also the blue layout as we have defined. So the emails have arrived, and per customer we now have our different reports. So let's summarize our steps. In the first step, we went into the application to set up our customer statement for our work forms, where we selected which layout for which statement that needed to be used. In step 2, we set up our customer specific statement settings. And then in step 3, we generated our customer statements by making use of the customer statements report. In this video, I covered the following topics. I started by presenting the new Microsoft Word Forms and the email functionality available in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. And this allows users to assign specific format by customer or vendor and for each document type in the application. And then the statements or documents can be automatically generated by making use, for example, of these customer statement reports. To learn more, please visit the following resources.
Thanks for following this How Do I video on how to manage email for workforms in Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2016. This video was brought to you by Microsoft and Platan. See you in another one.